my name is Melanie Meade. I live in Clairton, Pennsylvania. We are home to the largest coke works now in the United States. And I'm a fellow for the Black Appalachian Coalition. I've buried all of my immediate family from 2011 to 2020. My eldest brother, he passed away in 2011 with heart conditions. Both of my parents in 2013, my eldest sister in 2015, and my baby brother in 2020.
I'm John Beard, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Port Arthur Community Action Network, an environmental, social justice, and community development organization here in, as I call it, the belly of the beast in Port Arthur, Texas.
My name's Hilary Flint. I'm a resident of Enid Valley, Pennsylvania, which is right over the border from East Palestine, Ohio. I have been affected by the train derailment that happened February 3rd. And in 2 weeks, we're coming up on 6 months, and I am still stuck in my home that has tested positive for vinyl chloride and ethyl hexyl acrylate.
My name is Sharon Lavigne, and I'm the director and founder of Rise St. James. In my community, we have 12 industries and refineries within a 10-mile radius, and we are bombarded. We can't breathe the air, we can't drink the water, we can't plant a garden because we are being polluted. We're being sacrificed.
When I first saw the We Refuse to Die carvings, I was elated. I was like, I thought, God is here. He's really here in the city of prayer, because this is exactly what the people need. They are unhealed and hurt, and they aren't even aware that there's a possibility for hope. People will always say, nobody cares. Their spirit is weary. They don't feel as if anyone's coming. So I have 3 relatives with cancer who are younger than me that won't talk to me about their experience. And that is systematic. So I feel like the We Refuse to Die piece and the carvings are so powerful and vital to people who hurt, because they don't even realize their culture of silence is fear. If we don't address the fear, we can't make the change.
I'm really emotional about the carving. For me, I think it really represents the amount of suffering that not only we have experienced as a community here in East Palestine, but also other communities. And I think it shows the fact that we're watching. And this is such a show of solidarity amongst communities that are experiencing the atrocities of these corporations. And it's time for that to stop.
I think it would be really special to have a planting ceremony in East Palestine, Ohio. While there are a lot of us that are trying to relocate because we're not certain that this will ever be a safe place again, there's also people that have been here generations, 5 generations or more. So there are homes and people tied to those homes in this community. And I think to have a ceremony here would be really special to show that there are people that are going to stay here and continue to fight for their home, and they're not going to allow big industries like petrochemicals or railroads to get in the way of what they call home.
We are the living dead, and we're here to serve notice to you. It's going to visit you. That's the only way you get people's attention. You got to make them feel like their way of life, that their existence is threatened just like ours is every single day with every breath. What happens here in Port Arthur does affect the world. All of us are intricately tied together. We have to do something that breaks the mold, and that's by saying fossil fuels is killing us and it's going to kill you too.
our ancestors had built this country. They built this area. They fought back then for our lives. And so now industry wants to desecrate the grave sites of our ancestors. So we said, you will not desecrate the property of our ancestors. It all ties in together.
At this point in my life, if I'm going to die, it best be for something. So I'm not going down without a fight. A lot of times people will say to me, are you sure you're doing what's safe? Is anybody protecting you? Do you have anyone watching out for you? I never thought about it. It never occurred to me. And that's where the ancestral part comes in, because my ancestors are protecting me here in this space. I know that the people who have passed on are still with me. I know that I can interact with them. They are guiding me and warning me.
You know, there's no national message. You've got a lot of individual groups and messages that come from different site fights, as we call them. But what is our message to the world about what's happening and what's going on? How do we let the world know what's happening here and what's being done to people? How are we going to make that statement in a cohesive fashion, not with one or two here and there going and giving a sound bite in a speech? What is the overarching image we want to make and create that will rivet the attention of the world, that will shock them into seeing the reality that we live with every day? We Refuse to Die is a very accurate name to give this. It's the perfect one. If we refuse to die, fossil fuels are killing us, and we refuse to die.
I think we refuse to die when we stand up and say something, when we identify with our pain and speak to what we need to heal. So the masks for me are the hope. You know, when I planted the mask on me, it was as if I could say, we don't have to die for this. When we've been through as much as we've been through, it gives us an option to say, we refuse this. We refuse to die.